surface transportation only. As you already get the picture. You know, package already bust down. I just want to go ahead do a quick little review on what I got. You know, they got all the paper, you know, got some little stuff. So we're gonna dig into this. I'm working with one hand, so excuse me. And just don't like all of this stuff being everywhere. Okay, got box number one. Well, it's the real deal. Okay, see down there. Box number two. Okay, y'all see what that say? Ooh. All right, let's get this box out the way. All right. Now, as y'all see in the box, man, obviously y'all should know. It's bought used, you know, but at the end of the day, I still got it. All right. So, just to give y'all a teaser, what we got there, yeah, what we got here, a little teaser. As I'm watching YouTube, you know, but I got a little teaser for y'all. Bam, you know, there it go. Like, I'm really amazed at like how small this drone is, but at the end of the day, it's still a drone. I got it off of eBay. The price was substantially cheap. Got it for $115. Can't beat that. But yeah, $115 landed me. Oh. All right, YouTube. So what we got here, man? We got ourselves a drone, you know, with the remote, the drone, and a battery, and an extra set of propellers. Okay. Now I can order, you know, things for it, but for the price that I got it at, unbelievable. You know, they ranging on the Flymore package, you know, for like $300 for a DJI Spark, which is what this is. Pretty much one of DJI's entry-level drones, I'm sorry. Something nice, man. Like, I can't wait to get it up in the air. But as you see, 115 bucks got me a drone with the RCA remote. You can't beat that, not for that bottom dollar. And, you know, looking at it, everything, you know, is what it is. Got the gimbal. I'm just amazed, you know, that like sometimes you could find things, you know, that you would like. You just gotta, you know, put your gut into it and go for it. But at the end of the day, like I said, I got it and I could use it just as well as I got cameras, you know, microphones, MacBooks, you know, everything. I mean, I got it. So that's what I'm trying to do. Build up enough things so that, you know, I could have content creation. All right, YouTube, I'm back. Just to give a quick little insight on like where it came into play for me to be wanting drones was this bad boy. This little toy. You know, the first time that I thought about wanting to try to fly a drone, I thought of this toy. I seen it. I said, okay, I'll get it. It was dirt cheap, so why not? I figured I'd be able to control it, you know, but it just seems like everything was off because it's a toy, okay? But nevertheless, out of there. So I got a drone. And for the price that I got the drone for, you know, a quarter of that was to the toy drone. So I feel like I blessed myself, you know, real good with a package, you know, that is unthinkable, you know. I ain't gonna say unthinkable, but it's worth it. But it's a nice piece of equipment. All right, so getting down to the topic about the drone, what I like about it, you know, if I think about any pros and cons, but pretty much it's all about pros because I don't know of no cons as of yet. But starting things off, we got the drone, and like I said, for the price point, you can't beat it. You got a drone, you know, with a gimbal, stability, 2-axis camera that shoots 1080, 30 frames per second. It reaches altitudes high, very high. I mean, I forgot the range, but I do know as far as distance, easily up to 1.2 miles as far as connectivity, whether or not if you have a on-the-go connecting wire from the RCA remote to your phone, or just Wi-Fi transmitted from the phone to the device. It has a lot of benefits, a lot of them. And for me to be a first-time drone owner, you know, I'm anxious, like for real, very anxious to put it in the air. But you get the remote, you got the drone. I've seen a lot of videos and I feel like I already know how to fly it. You know, when I had the toy, I couldn't understand it because as soon as I lift off, it's going somewhere else. But this here is the real deal. Something that connects the satellites so you can know your distance and location if it's to ever get lost in the air while you got battery life. And that's another thing, battery life. I've noticed on the videos that the remote would last longer than the drone would. You only get 15 minutes of battery life once flying. So that's literally taking off and getting straight to flying. You would have a good 15 minutes before DJI calls the drone to return back to home as far as the takeoff location on GPS. As far as the remote control go, you got a camera button, record button, top left corner, return to home button. Of course, the joysticks, antennas, sport mode switch is right in the middle. A pause button where you could stop mid-flight and just pause and it'll just hover wherever it is. And you got your gimbal pitch roller. If you want a nice, smooth, cinematic shot, you'll be using some things like that. I know it needs to be put on a charger, but I almost want to just go throw it in the air. But let's see how much battery life we got. I guess the battery for the controller is high. And the battery for the drone needs to go on a charger. So basically all we're doing is just sliding this bad boy on there. And it snaps right in. It's nice. I can't wait till it's charged up so I can go outside on this nice sunny day and throw it in the air and see what kind of
footage as I could get, because I feel like I know how to fly it already, honestly, if you ask me. And, you know, honestly, I never flown a drone before a day in my life. But I feel like I could fly this one because I done watched hundreds of videos, you know, as if I owned one already. All right, since I know I gotta end up putting this drone on a charger, I'm gonna go ahead and do just that. Put this drone on a charger and let me see here, see where I'm at. In the back of the drone, where it says Spark, that's a little flip case where you would install. Oh, and again, shout out to the seller on eBay for also leaving me a memory card inside. It was blank, but he left a memory card in there. And you got your micro USB port inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna plug this up and try to get this started. So by the time this is done charging, I should be able to go outside and fly, you know, knowing what time of the day is. So as you see, it's charging and it's doing 1 bar at a time. So we're definitely gonna see how long it takes to charge this thing all the way up. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the remote. And then the inside at the back, you know, you got the face front, that part, and around in the middle is where you have the micro USB port to charge the RCA controller. I'm gonna just go ahead and charge that up anyway, even though it's already charged. That way, everything got fresh power. All right, we back, YouTube, man. Check it out. So the drone been charging for at least about a good hour. We just now getting up to the fourth and last bar. I believe once that's done, it'll stop blinking. And then, you know, then I could go about going to log in with the RC controller and setting things up, adjusting the camera gimbal and the camera settings and stuff like that. I'm anxious. I'm very ready and eager to learn how to fly this drone the correct way. With as much training as I've done for myself, looking at other videos on YouTube from the other supporting YouTubers that's giving people, you know, the knowledge to get out and fly these things, because you're literally becoming a pilot once you get up there and take flight. So I'm just ready. It's loading up, you know, as far as the battery life. I guess it was pretty low. But I am definitely going to get on Amazon or something like that to buy replacement batteries. And also they have a little charging port where you could charge, I think, three or four batteries simultaneously. So that's why when you're out flying, you know, you could call it back in on home, switch out the batteries and get right back up there and continue what you were doing. Yeah, for the most part, that's it. You know, it ain't too much, you know, just the revealing of the, you know, the DJI Spark drone. Learning the altitudes and things like that is what I got to get into, you know, and flight restrictions. There's a few apps that I know of that's out that keeps you in a loop of like zones to fly in. But anyway, as far as neighborhood wise, as far as the knowledge that I know of in my neighborhood where I am in Northwest Indiana, it's legal. You know, you can fly your drone without a problem. So I'm going to finish letting this charge up, and I'm gonna get everything set up on the drone, and hopefully I'll be able to go out, take some little practice footage, shots, you know, of things in the nature, getting above these trees and seeing the neighborhood for what it is in the sky. And hopefully I'll be back with a part 2 to let you guys know and give you a point of view on how the drone held up. So just like that, YouTube, man, this your boy, Not Kid Could Do It All, with an unboxing and review of the drone that I got, getting ready to take flight. Just like that, YouTube, man, this your boy, Not Kid Could Do It All, Mr. DIY, with the slogan, it ain't rocket science, you just gotta wanna do it. Signing off with the drone, Spark, by DJI, giving a decent little review, you know, what I'm getting myself involved in. So I'll catch up with y'all on part 2, me at least getting this thing up in the air. Peace.